Woo! 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 Ric Flair'S last match, guys. That was the match and also the name of the pay-per-view. So yeah, Ric Flair's last match. Do not know what fucking happened on the undercard. Do not give a shit what happened on the undercard, because
look at the fucking neck of this guy.
This was a one-match show. I mean, a one-man show, for fuck's sake. And that man is 73-year-old
Dave Miller.
Ric Flair. Who the fuck is Dave Miller? Yeah. Wait, it's not a guy from What Culture, isn't it?
That's Simon Miller.
So it is. Anyway, yeah, Ric Flair, 73 years old. I'm just glad he didn't die. I mean, it looks like he's about to, but I mean, I think he survived the night.
It's funny when you have a wrestling match and it's a good day when he doesn't die.
Yeah, what's mad is the guy could fucking barely walk. Could barely get the ring, yet he's away drinking with Kid Rock after this.
I know. Absolutely. This was...
Right, so...
It was comical, like...
It was sad and embarrassing and pathetic at the same time, though, I mean...
Yeah, it wasn't good. I feel sorry for him. But not, he got fucking paid.
He says this is the last one, like, but I'm not convinced.
He'll fucking be back.
So Jay Lethal comes out first. Then we got a 20-minute Jeff Jarrett entrance where he was just like picking fights with everybody in the crowd, and there was two like old guys security trying to break it up, and the security was like fucking older than Flair. I mean, and there was only two of them. It's like every time Jeff was trying to pick a fight with somebody, these two old guys were getting involved, and I mean, surely security should be a bit younger. Like, I can get it, wrestling's fake, but I mean,
these guys looked familiar. It looked like, I think they were from WCW, because a lot of people were from WCW.
See if Taker jumped the barricade and wanted to batter Flair, what would these two security guys have done though? I mean,
fucking let
them. By the way, the promo package for the match started was great. Obviously, showed you the build-up, showed you the press conferences, Jay Lethal training with Flair, Jay Lethal attacking Flair, Jarrett fucking stabbing Flair with the shoe. You know, the promo I thought was great. I mean, when you look at AEW promos and even TNA, for example, I mean, I'm not gonna slag WWE because they actually they do their promos right. But I mean, the production wise, I mean, this was really, really good.
It was, but
production wise, it was great.
I actually didn't realise what the feud stemmed from. It was literally just because he didn't want him appearing at this event. And
you're not a main event guy, Jay. You're an opening guy. Then
what about your tag team partner?
Then Andrade came out in his mask, and then Ric Flair came out in the white robe, big golden belt. I mean, the walk to the ring, the guy looked fucking dead. So from that stage, it didn't really give you good vibes. He
couldn't get the belt off. He couldn't get the robe off.
He gets in the ring.
I think the belt was weighing him down.
He gets in the ring. He gets backed into the corner by Lethal. Flair then gives a wee slap. He does a side headlock takedown, the slowest headlock takedown in the history of pro wrestling, and this is enough to garner a "You've Still Got It" chant for the crowd. A slap in the corner and a headlock takedown, and you've still got it.
Flair could have literally, if did his wee strut, shot himself, shite dripping down his leg, and they still would have chanted "You still got it."
Jarrett gets tagged. Jarrett gets tagged in. Stevie G didn't get tagged in. Jarrett gets tagged in, and for some reason, Jarrett and Jay Lethal didn't really want to face off against Flair. They wanted to face against Andrade. I mean, why would you want to face off against the guy that's in his fucking prime, rather than but rather than that, they're scared and don't want to face off against the 73-year-old guy that can barely move.
Giovanni on commentary trying to say that Ric Flair's match is going his way because it's going slow. He's 73, he can't work, but it's alright.
Andrade gets tagged in, and then we actually see some real action. Then Andrade tags Flair back in. Jay Lethal and Jarrett get the advantage after a long, long time. I mean, Jarrett wasted about half this fucking match, with 10 minutes of the match, pretending he was going to leave. Then they start brawling. Jarrett gets Flair on the outside, hits him with the shoe again, busts him open. Karen Jarrett comes over and slaps Flair, and then someone from the crowd starts fucking grabbing her hair and Jeff Jarrett tries to get involved. I think it was one of Flair's daughters or something, or
Megan or his 5th or 7th wife or
no,
something.
no, his wife's the one that got pushed by Jarrett. Jarrett comes in and starts pushing Wendy, and then you've got Taker looking on from the front row in fucking disgust.
And Taker's like right beside them, like.
Yeah, I think Taker was looking on thinking, thank fuck this ain't me in 15 years or whatever.
No, could you imagine though if like Jeff Jarrett like he thought it was like Michelle McCool that did it and he went over and pushed? I think fucking Taker would have fucking killed him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, well, that would have been interesting to see. So Flair's bleeding.
No, fuck, imagine it was Sable and it was Brock.
Flair's bleeding.
Imagine if 5 to this floor. Wait, imagine the 16 Germans this floor.
That would have killed him. I legit think that would have killed him.
You're talking about he'd have folded like a fucking accordion.
You don't think I would have legit killed him?
I think one would have killed him. Imagine seeing they tried to pick him up in the top rope, you could have done with that fucking tractor that Brock used. Bag of shite.
So Jay Lethal is brawling with Flair on the railings, and Flair fakes a heart attack. I mean, fucking fakes a heart attack. Jay Lethal then kind of like backs off a little bit and Flair pokes him in the eye. Classic fucking Flair. Then Jeff Jarrett comes over, starts beating up Flair, and Flair doesn't even sell it.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
Jarrett's punching away at Flair, but Flair's too busy looking at Jay Lethal, and I guess he's just not got it anymore to realise he's been punched. Then Jarrett rolls him in the ring. Jarrett kicks him in the corner, and not a fucking movement for Flair. I mean, could you imagine if this was Triple H training the Tough Enough guys, and Triple H had one of them in the corner, and they sold it the way Flair. Well, I was going to say the way Flair sold it. He didn't sell it. Flair's leaning in the corner. Jeff Jarrett kicks him till they got it, and it was like nothing happened. Flair's just. I mean, you can tell he's gone. Like, I'm not saying it's dementia or anything like that, but he doesn't have the capacity, the body, the mind is still going, but the body ain't. I mean, you know. Then he tags in. He tries to put him on the top rope. Fuck knows what they were thinking here. I'm thinking top rope superplex based on the next move, but Jarrett's trying to put Flair on the top rope. And normally in wrestling, you help your opponent, you work with them rather than against them, but I don't know what Flair's doing.
There's points in this match where Flair can't even move. So I don't know what we were expecting from him to get to the top rope.
So Flair can't help him, so Jarrett has to. The way Jarrett like pushed him up onto the top rope was fucking awkward. Tags in Lethal. Lethal punches Flair again. Complete fucking no sell. At this stage, Flair's sitting on the top rope, hanging on for his dear life. You can see our thumbnail is the condition Flair was in when he was on the top rope, and that condition wasn't a good one.
It's a fucking belter.
I believe Jay Lethal's coming in for a top rope superplex, and at this stage, Flair bottles it and just drops to the floor like a sack of shit.
See, this makes sense though if you think of it, because Andrade has to break the suplex up. Now, a normal suplex, albeit on a 73-year-old man who's done, maybe that could be enough, but that tells me this spot was saved for one off the top rope. Yes. Yeah,
so Flair ain't taking it off the top rope though. So.
I don't blame him.
So he drops down, Jay Lethal hits a suplex, Andrade breaks it up. Flair manages to make a hot tag to Andrade. Andrade comes in, beats the shit out of Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. And then, I don't know why, he's got Jeff Jarrett's down in the middle of the ring. And Andrade's trying to make the tag. And he goes over to the corner and Flair's lying on his back. Now, it was a good 5 minutes, I think, Andrade spent in the ring on his own with Jarrett and Lethal. And when Andrade went to make the tag, Flair was lying down on the apron. And why would you make a tag? Like, why would you tag in your partner if you can't fucking get up?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Like, why did Andrade tag him in here?
Like, realistically,
Andrade
he would do his finishing move, tag in Flair and drag him and get him up, and he wants him to get the pin.
Andrade tagged him in, then fucking went and jumped over the top rope or whatever. Flair fucking drags his body over. Flair manages to get an arm over Lethal. There's no ref, because Kyoto's been super kicked. Then some Max Miller guy comes out. Lethal kicks out too. And then Flair just rolls onto his back and lays there dead.
It was horrendous. It was fucking awful.
I was wondering if he's okay. And then Lethal has to fucking help Flair up. Lethal holds him in position. Jarrett gets a guitar, goes to swing it. Andrade's back in, pulls Flair out the way. Jarrett hits the guitar on fucking Lethal. That takes Lethal out the match. Andrade then hits another super kick on Jeff Jarrett. Ric Flair attempts one of the worst figure fours you'll ever see. He locks it in, and normally when Ric Flair's got the figure four in, he's giving it he's applying the pressure, and he's, looking and going and
I honestly think at the point in the match he passed it.
He literally applied the figure four, then just lay back.
He was fucked.
And then the referee came in and pinned Dave Miller and pinned Jeff Jarrett down, even though Ric Flair's shoulders were on the mat as well. I mean, Ric Flair was legit lying on his back. Who
looks more incapacitated here?
I know, I would have been counting fucking Flair's shoulders. I would have counted them.
You could have counted the fucking free fight.
So that's it. Flair and Andrade win thanks to a free count with the figure four, even though fucking Flair was down for the free as well. Then Flair can't get up. Andrade has to help him up.
It wasn't a last man standing match.
Andrade gets a bottle of water. Ric Flair doesn't even want the water. He wants vodka.
There's a point in this match where he pretended to have a heart attack.
I mentioned it.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
You're not even paying attention.
I am.
Why are you mentioning it again then? When I've already thought
you. I didn't. It's probably the only thing I haven't heard you mention.
Right.
But should he really be doing that? You could say it's a good spot, but let's just go back to that. Is that not fucking retarded?
And keep in mind, during this whole match, fucking Taker was looking on, I think, in disgust. Then Flair manages to get to the outside just as soon as Tony Schiavone comes to the inside. Flair goes over and says something to Taker. I think Taker says to him, "Look, you fucking old bastard. Name here. This is your last match."
Yeah, I don't know what Taker could have said here.
Yeah, I think how much would the Saudis offer? Flair versus Hogan, one last time.
Well, I tell you what,
I'd watch it.
We can say Hogan's back's done, his hips and his legs are. It can't be worse than this. I feel like Hogan can actually throw punches and shit.
Yeah, the Ric Flair chops were fucking done. I mean, see when Ric Flair can't even chop, that's when you know it's time.
I'm under no illusion. Like, see the way Lethal, what's that maneuver? He flips him over in the headlock takedown. Whatever the fuck. I'm under no illusion that Flair can take that on a suplex, but I feel like Hogan can actually still make punches and shit look real. I feel like
that was his moveset with the punch, big boot, leg drop. I mean,
Flair's movesets. He does the thing in the corner. He gets picked up, thrown,
falls in on his face.
Yeah, and he was crying on the outside as well. Actually out loud crying.
He's crying. He's getting interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone says, "Oh, I've been doing this for years. You can bleed all over me, Rick. I don't care." Rick says he had a lot of pressure on him tonight. Then he got a visit from Kid Rock. During this, there's some guy shouting in the background, "Get all the talent to come out and stand behind Rick." So then we see all the talent. I mean, should it not have been fucking Rick's family or something? Or get fucking Taker and Mick to stand behind Rick?
I know, a bunch of children he'd probably never seen before in his life.
I mean, there was Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux. I mean, I noticed those two. That's all I noticed. Flair says this is his last match. Said he had some classics here. Said it was great to have his family and one of his 5 wives at ringside, all of his grandkids, his friends. And he said he hoped he done us proud. And then he said he was going to go out and get pissed with Kid Rock.
Walks up the ramp.
They keep trying to give him the belt, but he's not even acknowledging it. He's fucking out of it at this stage. Then Andrade keeps trying to give him the belt. He won't take the belt. He won't take a drink of water. He won't do nothing. They get to the top of the ramp. Finally, Andrade gives him the belt. He lifts the belt aloft. Then Jay Lethal comes out and they go to give a hug and it cuts off. And then we just go to credits like a movie, and this wee mad theme, this wee cool
did back in the day.
Theme song plays, and then it gives you all the credits, who produced it, who did this.
Of it. It was actually a nice wee ending. So I read
it. Yeah, but no, I liked that, and I thought the build up, I thought the feud was great, I thought the production was good, but in terms of a wrestling standpoint, Flair's segments of the match were fucking horrendous and embarrassing. And it was entertaining because it was Flair, but it was kind of entertaining in the wrong aspect that it was must watch because you legit felt like the guy could die at any second, and I don't think it's not what we watch wrestling for or something.
No.
Yeah, I see Ric Flair was having another match tomorrow. I'd watch it. I'm not lying, but I mean, it wasn't good.
I think he's done.
I think he's done. Maybe he can accept a managerial role or something, you know, like... I think he's Ric Flair. I think he has to be in the fucking spotlight. I don't think he's that way.
It's going to be Ric Flair's last match too.
Like, why? No, but why can't he do something similar to what he did with Fortune? What was wrong with that?
Yeah, literally.
Basically, oh, the new Four Horsemen or whatever.
Don't get it, but you know what? Fuck.
It was entertaining, man. I mean, fucking great for entertainment wise, but match was fucking
better than SummerSlam.
I was
sorry.
sorry.
Could you imagine the spot where Brock lifts the ring up and Flair's in that corner?
Rolls out like a big bag of shit.
Slides out like fucking Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, entertainment. I'll give it. Entertainment. I'll give it a 10.
Wrestling standpoint, I'll give it a fucking 1.
Entertainment 10. Wrestling standpoint 1.
They did the basics very. It felt like a very old school match, which I liked, but it was old school because Flair couldn't work anything.
We couldn't even work the old school, could he? No. The chops. That's when I think that's when you know it's time to go. See when Flair can't even throw a chop. I mean, he could barely get his hands up to the person's chest.
Weird. Like, we've seen him in recent years in WWE, he's not like this bad. I know you could say he's not been active, like, but there's times where he's doing the strut and he's doing chops. You have to take bumps on the apron. It doesn't look that bad. But see, watching this, it was like he aged like 20 years since then.
I was going to say it could be the length of the match, but in fairness, he didn't look that great when he first came out. But I mean, yeah, you think about it. See by the end of this match, I mean, you're talking almost 30 minutes.
Well,
fuck me, no wonder he can barely fucking... And he locked in the figure 4 and he's fucking dead. Oh, entertaining stuff. Ric Flair, what a guy. Woo! But when it comes to the GOAT, I don't know, I couldn't imagine Taker or Austin, someone like that, embarrassing themselves like this.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Even Michaels, like, I mean, I don't think Michaels would have came back at Great American Bash. Great American Bash. Saudi Arabian beheading if he didn't think that.
Great American Bash.
I don't think Michaels would have came back if he didn't think he could put on a decent level.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Anyway, that's it. Till next time.
Can't wait for the second one.
Ric Flair's last match 2.0. Right. Woo. Peace.